Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now, when we left off, we had just taken Elf Forest from the elves, and it was a mighty battle indeed. It took us quite a serious amount of time to prevail against them, and that was, of course, partly due to the fact that they do have a pretty reasonable amount of magic defense within their own units, as well as having a huge amount of elven enchantresses. Now, as you may see here, oh no, we are in for a relatively similar ordeal. As you may see, they have 35 elven enchantresses currently stationed here. Now, the only thing that is probably going to save us a little bit of pain is that I do believe one of these, or maybe even two of these vassals, are from the Kingdom of Nords, and as a result, they have garrisoned part of the defense with Nord units, who we know, of course, have a very low magic defense. So we should be okay to take these guys on without too many losses, but we are currently being besieged from many different angles at the moment. One in particular is Rinjar Castle, as you can see here. I was debating whether I should go to Rinjar Castle and defend it, but as I had realized from the previous episode that Mr. Ortracker was indeed one of the fellows that was sieging that. So hopefully he will return there and maybe even defend it to help us out. So maybe that will be something that will happen, maybe it won't, but nevertheless we will be attempting to take out the elves, and I'm just hoping that they will actually get taken out even though they have some villages remaining. Now, one of you did actually tell me in the comments that these villages are linked to Durham and not to Elf Forest, so we will probably need to head on to Durham at some point in the near future, probably after this castle has been taken, and we will hopefully be able to take that and end the elves' presence in this area. So, without further ado, let us head in here and build a siege tower, of course. Yes, this is one of those castles which I dread, because even though I do enjoy the siege tower once it is built, building it is a completely different story, and I really do not enjoy that at all. But let's just hope that nothing else comes under siege. But nevertheless, as we can see here, Praven has been besieged by Alul Mariga from the Dwarven faction, which is not very nice of him, I must admit. Well, I suppose on a side note, I was going to... Yes, we've lost Rinjar, unfortunate. But yes, I was going to head over to Tharok's Gate once we had the elves out of the way, and at that point, we would revert to old school tactics, and that of course means loading our armies with a huge amount of infantry, and very heavy infantry at that, because we would need some Huskarls, I suppose, to be able to deal with the many Dwarven Paragons and Dwarven Champions that they have stationed there. And of course, if King Loke is there as well, then we would have an even greater task before us. So hopefully that will all work itself out in the future. Oh no. Well, as you see here, the Dwarven faction actually has quite a few different vassals. I'm actually really surprised that they have so many in comparison to before, because I did believe that they only had, I believe it was Rochabath, Alul Rochabath, because he defected from the Swadians, I think, and I thought he was the only vassal, as you see here. He's just popped up once again, but it appears that the dwarves have been gaining strength by luring other factions' vassals to their cause, which is a little unfortunate. We should be doing the luring, of course. So, well, nevertheless, our morale is a little bit low, as you can probably tell, but never mind about that. We have now constructed our siege tower. And it is time to launch all of our lightning bolts, our fireballs, and everything else that we can at them. Even the kitchen sink will be thrown, no doubt, and we will hopefully be able to eliminate them as quickly as we can. This is one of those times where I would not like a drawn-out battle. I would like to take them out as fast as humanly possible, or maybe even fast as undeadly possible, perhaps, yes. So I am going to continue using a couple of our fireballs here. As you see, Fireball is a very effective spell And one of you did actually tell me, or at least ask me in the comments, why aren't you using Fireball? Well, the reason for that is, as you can probably see in the bottom right corner, that blue bar, that is our mana bar, and unfortunately I was only able to launch 3 Fireballs in the same space of time that it would, I suppose, allow me to launch maybe 6, maybe even more than that, lightning bolts. So that is primarily the reason why I don't really use Fireball that often, which is a little unfortunate, to be honest, because I do love the AoE radius of Fireball, that is for sure. But as you can see here, well, we were still only able to use 1 lightning bolt, really? I thought I had a lot more mana than that, but unfortunately it appears not. Okay. Well, nevertheless, we have caused the enemies to gain more reinforcements very soon after we have started, and oh, the siege tower is getting very close to the walls, so we should be able to, hopefully, get our infantry units on the battlements by the time the enemy reinforcements reach there as well, and that would give us a great advantage, I hope. The only thing that I will not be doing in this particular case is retreating, because if we retreat, then we of course lose the huge amount of, I suppose, skeletons, shadows, maybe even zombies that we would acquire from the remains of our enemies after the fact. But the biggest reason why I would not want to retreat is of course the fact that we would have many issues in rebuilding the siege tower. So I'm hoping that I will not get taken out. No. So I'm hoping that we will be able to do this in one shot, and elven enchantresses are absolutely destroying us at the moment. This is not good. We need to get our mages in here as quickly as we can. Come on, guys. Let's do this. Okay, now I have quite a few pieces of mana. Yeah, only 2. Okay, so let's do it. Let's try to make it worth it. Really? Only 1? Okay, apparently I only had 1 cast of that. That's unfortunate. Maybe I can use a few lightning bolts. Okay, 2 lightning bolts. And that was a little bit off course, was it not? Yes. Okay, well, let's just try to take out as many of their elven enchantresses as we possibly can, because they are the culprits of many of our casualties at the moment. Come on, let's do it. Okay, come on. Let's try to aim in that corner over there. Yes, very nice. We did some pretty considerable damage. We just need to take those out. Hopefully not get headshot by their elven Hawkeyes or elven bow sisters, maybe, are the highest level, I think, maybe? Well, yes. Let's just try not to get headshot, generally. Oh my goodness, look at how many units are in the corner over there. Thank goodness that we can just continue to spam this lightning bolt. That is primarily the reason why I do enjoy using the lightning bolt more than Fireball. But I think maybe this is partly a glitch as well, because apparently one of you stated in the comments, I think some time ago, that the spells are a little bit bugged in the way that they sometimes don't require mana, whereas I think Fireball is probably not bugged as much as Lightning Bolt is. Although now I have run out of mana, so I suppose that is natural to assume that maybe it is sometimes fixed and sometimes not. But the update is coming, and we will obviously look forward to that greatly. Now, is that it? Whoa, okay, they were all of the defenders. I actually thought that we had a couple more to fight, but it appears we have been lucky enough to take out, yes, 448 units. Okay, well, I did say that they had a couple of Nord units, and that in turn made it a little bit easier. So I will actually be taking this guy prisoner because he has a bad personality, and here we have Queen. Whoa, okay, we have a queen from the elves. What do we want to do? I don't think she can defect, can she? I don't think she can, but she has a good personality, technically, so let's do it. Why not? Let's let her go, and we will let this fellow go as well. We'll hopefully be able to tempt some of these to join us. I would very much like some of the elven vassals to defect to us. That would be wonderful. But, as a result, we do have quite a few spaces, thanks to the elven enchantresses. So, let's see here. We want to take some orc bear warriors for the time that we actually do go after the dwarves. And let's get some orc ravagers as well. Yes, that seems good. And anything else that we can see here? Oh, we definitely want to get some dwarves. Regular dwarves as well. They need to level up as best they can. And it appears that that is actually it. That all I really wanted was some of the orc units. So I think we'll take some orc looters as well. We have one space remaining, and let's see, what is that going to be? We could take some riders or some pouncers. Let's take a pouncer, why not? Now, the reason why we only have one space is, of course, because we want to raise as many of the enemy's units into undead legions as we can. And we are now just going to take a couple of their prisoners too. So, okay, we do actually have quite a bit of space, but as you may see, we are somewhat rolling in money, which is rather nice. Okay, that will be fine. And now let's take a look here. Now, I do believe that Frudak is one of the vassals that we definitely want to give something to, so I think we'll probably be giving him that, and then we will give a couple of other things to Lord Rogi, as well as to Mr. Ortracker himself. So, Frudak. Yes, he was at 3, so that was a good decision, and Rafard is now down to 2, so he is definitely going to be getting the boot shortly. So, there it is. We have taken the last remaining elven faction fief, and we will now be heading on to Durham as quickly as we can. 149 skeletons were our reward as well from the remains of our enemies, and there is Lord Rogi, who is maybe going to garrison a couple of units there, who knows, but he is doing a very nice job at patrolling around. I must say I am actually very impressed with many of the dwarven vassals that we have acquired so far, so that's not too bad. And really, the Kingdom of Swadia, how dare you? How dare you besiege Elf Forest? Well, we'll be heading over there and we'll just take a look to see how many units they actually have here. Okay, they don't actually have that many. I'm not entirely sure what constitutes significant enemies, but it appears that these guys do. So, without further ado, we're going to wait here for some time. We'll see if the Swadians decide better of it. I personally would probably leave at this point if the leader of a faction was in the garrison. As we know, they do make it very difficult to take a particular fief. So, let us hope that they decide to take the smart path, maybe, and hopefully let us head on to Durham. But if not, then so be it, and we will vanquish them as quickly as we have vanquished many others. Come on. What are you going to do? Aha. It appears they are leaving. Aha, okay, there it is. They are leaving. Okay, so, yes, there we go. Very nice. And who is this? It appears that one of our vassals has arrived, and that is Lord Frudak, of course. Very good. Okay, so, thankfully enough, he's going to patrol around there. That actually did give us a pretty reasonable time to rejuvenate many of our units' strength, and as you see here, we are now full HP, and many of them actually do require some levels. So, let's do that. More orc ravagers are always a good thing. And do we want crossbow dwarves or gun-toting dwarves? Let's go for some gun-toting dwarves, why not? And we'll go for dwarven fighters. Drow tower wizard as well, very nice. And we have 29. Wow, 29 shadow warriors, very good. And then we can get some more renegade mages, a master necromancer as well, and Baron Burr has leveled up as well, which is even better. So, what do we want to do here? Now that he has 7 in strength, I do not believe he is requiring any more in that. So what I would like to do is increase his intelligence, and maybe we can get his creativity to 6. That might be rather nice. So, let's see here. Let's give him 1 in weapon master so that he can increase his crossbowmanship even further. And we will give him 1 in... What? What do we want to give him? Magic defense, I suppose? Yes, that's probably going to be a good idea. And Arkane is leveled up, which is a very rare occurrence. So let us do that. Now, what does he want to spec into? I suppose he wants to spec into agility. And, oh, wait a minute. I do remember that we were specking in trainer. So let's do that. Let's go for 26. Let's get to 27 in intelligence, and we will increase our trainer skill even further. That is very, very good. And what else do we want here? One-handed a little bit, and some archery, why not? And now we will head into Durham. Okay, so please... please be a ladder, I was going to say. Please be a ladder, oh my goodness. Okay, so I will be cutting away for this particular construction, and once it is complete, I will see you once we have entered the siege. Oh my. Okay, so as you may see here, a very short while after I began the construction of the siege tower, we have a peace offering from the Blazing Hand, and that is actually something I'm going to be accepting, because they were attempting to siege, I believe it was Ironston Castle, all the way down in Khergit lands, and thankfully enough, I do believe they were chased off by one of our vassals, or maybe one of the Khergit's vassals as well. So, yes, I think that would probably prevent quite a few little annoyances, shall we say, because they are a little annoying as it is at the moment. They are not very strong, so I think we will be accepting that for now, and we do gain some right to rule, which is always a very important stat, in my opinion at least, and, well, maybe that actually doesn't make too much difference at the moment, considering we are at war on 3 fronts, or at least we were at 3 fronts. Now we are only against 2. So I suppose that is okay, and we do have one of our vassals heading off to the north there, so maybe he will be sieging Tilbo Castle. That would actually be very, very positive of him, if he were to do that. Now, let's just head over here before another pop-up comes up. As you can see here, Bloodycliff, Amarad, and Barryee are all under the control of the Blazing Hand, and I suppose the only unfortunate thing about all of those particular fiefs is that they are all towns, and as a result they are going to be giving the various vassals and maybe even the leader of the Blazing Hand a little more revenue than we would like to give them, but I suppose for now it is a necessary evil in terms of us having to concentrate on eliminating, well, not the Swadians as such, but we do want to eliminate the dwarves and the elves from the game so that they no longer hinder us in our efforts. So, without further ado, I will be cutting away once again. As you see, we are currently having morale issues due to our large party size, but yes, I will see you once we have entered the siege. Okay, so here we are. We have a 37 renown value for this battle, so I can only assume that the garrison here is very large. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, didn't you check the garrison before you started the siege? No, I actually didn't, which is never a good idea, that is for sure. And, really? Is there actually an elven vassal here? Did you just see that? There was a couple of my units killed by an elven vassal. It looks like an elven vassal at least, so maybe that particular vassal is taking refuge here. That is not very nice, is it? No, that is not good at all for us. Well, let us just hope that we will be able to take out many of their units as best we can, and hopefully not lose too many in the process, although I suppose it's not all bad, because we are about to be fighting the dwarves, and we do need to restructure our army in preparation for that anyway, so I suppose it would not be too bad. Although I really don't want to lose too many liches, because they do take quite a while to level up, and they are very powerful, of course. So let us just attempt to probe for weakness here with our lightning bolt beyond the walls here. And, oh, yes, very nice. Get a couple more kills here as well. I would like to level up Arkane even further, but at this level it does take quite a bit of time and XP to get anywhere. But thankfully enough, we do have the ability to kill multiple units. Look at that! Wonderful kill streak there by Arkane. Of course, it is not too difficult to get that many with a lightning bolt spell, but yes, it's rather nice anyway. Get a couple of quick kills, quick XP, very nice indeed. And now we can just let our... no, not our archers, yes, thank you. Let our infantry charge in here, as well as our cavalry. And I will actually get out my sword, because, yeah, it's been quite a while since I've used my sword, so why not? We may as well give it a go, and... whoa, okay, Swadians actually have Swadian knights, of course, here. This is not too good. Okay, come on, take him out, Orc Ravager. Yes, there we are, Orc Ravager. Absolutely overpowering the Swadian knight there. Very good to see that. Now, what we do need to do is get our mages up here as best we can. Now, I'm hoping that... oh, that's not good. Okay, so, yes, I was hoping that our infantry units would actually decide to follow us here, but it appears that they are a little bit preoccupied with, for some reason, going down the stairs. That's not going to be too pleasant for us, I have to admit. However, this is maybe working in our favor. As you may see here, we are luring many of the Swadian units to, I suppose, have line of sight of our mages. So, yeah, it's actually not too bad to do this. Ah, now that all of our infantry are coming up as well, it's even better. So let's see what we can do here. I would like to charm those guys if possible. Yes. Come on. Yeah, there we go. It's actually working very nicely indeed, that charm spell. Unfortunately, I'm getting a couple of friendly fires here, which is not too good. There we are. Take out that guy. Well, not take him out, but he's going to probably get killed by his own units. Come on. All I really need is one of those mages. Ah, he moved. Unfortunate. Yes, there we are. We got one. Maybe a second one as well? Yes. Oh yes, this is wonderful. Goodness me, the charm spell is the best thing ever. Oh my, okay. Maybe I have a little bit too much fun with it, but it is a very impressive skill, I have to admit. And Umi was lucky enough to actually acquire a kill down there, which is even better. Okay, so, lightning bolt, let's do it. Take out these guys on the stairs. Maybe we can try and weaken some of their skirmishers as well, because they do have crossbows. And I think that our units are primarily two-handed based, so hopefully we will not see too many of them get taken out by their skirmishers, and maybe even their crossbowmen. As you can see, they are starting to do quite a bit of damage to us. Thankfully enough, most of them are low level, so I don't think we really need to worry too much about them, but it would be a pretty reasonable idea to get some of our mages in here now. So let's just, without further ado, clear out the stairway as best we can. And maybe as a result of that, we would be able to push with our infantry units and give our mages enough space to do their thing. Of course, we don't actually have any mages in here at the moment, so yes, that is maybe not such a good thing, but there they come. Very nice indeed. So, yes, we definitely need their support here, I think. Okay, come on, let's get in there. Let's do some damage. Oh my goodness, they would be blocking over and over, of course. No, come on. Yes, I've destroyed his shield now, which is even better. Okay, come on. We can do this. Yes, there we go. Very nice indeed. And we can just hope that our dwarven paragons who are fighting alongside us here will be able to stay the course. And hopefully we will not have to... Oh no. Not have to retreat. Please don't let me have to retreat. Oh my goodness. That would be absolutely terrible. Oh no. Okay, come on. Let's just take out these guys. Rush their mages as best we can. Oh my goodness, he has a shield as well. That's even worse. There we are. Take that guy out. Yes. Oh no, no, no. Okay, come on. I have a feeling that I'm going to be dying soon, but if I do have to get taken out, then hopefully I'll be able to take out many of their units in return. Yes. There we are. Thank you very much. And, ooh, we have... Oh, no, this is not good. We have a lot of shadows coming in. Well, you guys know how ineffective shadows can be, especially when they are this low level, so I am fully expecting to see, yeah, a lot of spam in terms of red writing, and we are no doubt going to be taking a lot of casualties. So let's just hopefully be able to minimize that by using our lightning bolt against these last remaining units, and maybe take out their crossbowmen as well. Yes, okay, there we go. That was a very successful siege, and we did actually lose a huge amount of units as a result as well. As you see here, we have lost 51 units, which is, I think, a record, considering we are using the full amount of mages that we can, and we obviously had 38 casualties due to unconsciousness as well. We took out 453, but I suppose that is okay. And, oh, this is the guy. And he is an elf. Okay, well, I will be taking him prisoner, and that will be that. And I will also be taking this guy prisoner as well. Okay, so first things first, what we want to do is release our skeletons, and we will be taking as many of the better units as we can. So let's see here. We want to get some Nord shamans in here, I think. Elf woman, why not? Elf man, elven initiate, elven enchantress as well. And let's get some foot dwarves. Yes, blazing hand inquisitors as well. Very good. Okay, how about some clerics? Oh yes, we need Nord units. We need Nord units for the upcoming battle against the dwarves. Let's try and get as many as we can here. Okay, not so much the archers, unfortunately. I don't really want the archers. as such. I would like to get some peasant women, though, so let's get 2 of those. Unfortunately, I can't take any more than that, and I think that should be fine. Yes, we'll take man-at-arms, I think, for one last prisoner, and then we will take a couple of these pieces of loot. There we are. Very nice indeed. Okay, so who do we want to give Durham to? Well, considering Lord Rogi is actually doing a pretty reasonable job at patrolling around our territory, I think it would be a reasonable idea to give that to him. Now, Rafard is not liking us at all. Matheld is actually becoming a little unfortunate as well with us. -1 at the moment. Okay. Well, there's not much I can do about that at the moment. But, yes, as a result of us taking Durham and the last remaining elven fief, these villages have now converted to the realm of shadows. And without further ado, I will be ending this episode off here, and next time on Phantasy Calradia, hopefully we will have taken Tilbo and Rinjar. Hopefully our vassals will do that, and we will be heading on to Tharok's Gate with a majority stake of Nord units, hopefully. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.